Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Mizuki Arts. Today we're going to be talking about how the art community has changed over the time that I've been on it. This is definitely something that I've touched on before, but I just felt like it was probably time for me to recap my experience in the art community, and I thought maybe you guys would also relate. For some clarity, I have not been on the art community online as long as maybe folks I've been on for quite a few years now, so I'm under no impression that I haven't been online for years, but I've been on the internet since about 2018, and at the time I was about 15, so now I'm 21 obviously, and I've kind of grown up with this online space to share my work. And I do want to preface this by saying I am grateful for all of the love and support I've gotten over the years. This is like a side hustle for me. I get to sell prints and stickers, and I have lots of lovely online friends. So I'm really grateful for all of that. So any kind of negative conclusions I come to in this video, please understand they're just part of the experience. They're part of the experience with anything on the internet. It's really just about sharing that with you guys, because I'm sure you all can relate. The internet is always a mixed experience for everyone. One minute you're looking at a cute cat video, and the next minute you're seeing the most horrifying string of words any human being has ever put together on your screen. So yeah, let's just dive right in. I remember back in 2018 when I got on to the internet, my first real experience with any kind of negativity in the art community was YouTubers talking about YouTube comments, and I had no idea how bad most of them were because I never really looked at the comments. I usually just watched my little art and drawing videos and didn't pay attention, and they would talk about comments or saying, oh, I know I'm gonna get comments about this or that or whatever, and I was like, people comment on that, really? But then I joined Instagram and all that, and you do see people comment some funny things. A lot of times there's support and all that, but there is a lot of negativity too. I do remember at this time though, the art community was a lot simpler. We did not have as much large scale drama. I mean, there still was some, and keep in mind I was pretty young at this point and still just getting into the artsy side of the internet, so it's not like I knew everyone's names and everything, so if there's something I'm missing that was a huge drama at the time, forgive me. But I feel like people were not getting canceled every 2 seconds the way that people are now. I feel like right now, every other day I'm hearing about somebody getting doxxed or something, and it's sometimes over some really stupid things where it's wow, why would you come after this person? They're probably a kid, or probably just someone who's emotionally immature or whatever, and now their address is out on the internet. That's terrible. But I remember the biggest problems at the time in the art community, really, at least the most prevalent problems, were art repost pages and tracers. And I feel like those things were really just more annoying than anything. Obviously, if someone's tracing your work and if they're doing it well enough that they can make money off of it, that's a big deal. And having your work reposted without credit is a big deal too, because then people see your work and they don't know where to find you and everything. But I do remember it being pretty easy to make friends online at the time too. I feel like the art community was kind of small compared to how it is now, and back in 2018 when I first joined, I had started a page on Instagram for doll sculpting, because that was the kind of artsy thing that I was doing at the time. I hadn't gotten into painting or drawing yet, but I liked to repaint dolls, and I liked to sculpt dolls with polymer clay. And there was a little community at the time that did this kind of stuff too. And it's grown quite a bit since then. So I don't think it would feel quite as cozy now as it did then. But anyways, then when COVID hit, TikTok kind of launched itself into popularity around the same time. I want to say I first heard about TikTok more like fall of 2019 rather than into 2020, but like around that time, it's all kind of a blur, but all that stuff started happening. And during COVID, I do remember there being a lot more drama. Like there seemed to be a lot more scandals everywhere on the internet, including in the art community, and it started being like sillier and sillier things. Obviously there were things where it's like, yeah, okay, that person should probably go to jail, or definitely go to jail, but then there were other things where it's like, okay, this is just stupid, like leave this person alone. They might be, annoying, but you can block them. Those kinds of things seem to be happening like every other day, and I feel like it's only gotten worse since then. But around this time, of course, TikTok rose, and so did Instagram Reels. So really the main way of getting your art out there now, as it wasn't like 2020 to 2021, was like short form videos. For me personally, this was hugely beneficial because in 2018, late 2018, I had started my drawing and painting Instagram, and by 2020 I had like enjoyed making videos a lot more than I did like just taking photos of my art. So I actually gained a lot of followers on Instagram from Reels. A lot of artists did not like Reels, but I was thrilled about it because Reels actually launched the same week that I like deleted TikTok off my phone. And the reason I had deleted it at the time was because politics were like pretty crazy on there. Like obviously politics are everywhere on the internet, they're inescapable, but on TikTok it was so easy for people to record like a little 30-second video and post it, and all of a sudden you're scrolling through your following tab on TikTok and you go from cute sweet art stuff to like politics, and it was just kind of upsetting for me, so that's why I ended up deleting it. But Instagram Reels felt different, the atmosphere was different, but I still got to make my art videos, and so within a couple years I had like multiplied my followers by like 10 basically. Actually much more than 10, because over the years I gained like thousands and thousands of followers from Reels. But obviously not everyone enjoyed making videos or Reels. They just wanted to post their little like photos, like very aesthetic, very curated photos to their Instagram feed, and they did not want to make the videos. And I can understand that because that was never the expectation before, and now Instagram was actively rewarding accounts for creating Reels and punishing those that didn't. And to this day, they still have this like punishment reward kind of thing on Instagram, where it's like they reward you for certain things, and other things like they'll like smite your account into oblivion, like your reach will be like nothing, which I've been dealing with for like 3 years. I love my audience, and I do have people that consistently support me, but I am well aware that my reach is not what it should be for an account with 13,000 followers. And then just as things got more and more complicated for artists, in 2022 there was like the rise of AI that started popping up everywhere. By 2023 the images were starting to look kind of scary. 2024 they look almost real, so that's scary. And this was particularly concerning to artists because obviously our work gets snatched off of these platforms and off of search engines and things like that and fed into these models, and that's not good. And that's made it so that now there are people that go around and they call out everything as being AI. Everything's fake, everything's, something to attack someone over basically, because they think there's a chance that it's AI. But really, there are a lot of people who just make mistakes in their artwork, or maybe the person judging them or calling them out isn't an artist at all, and it's just someone who's, suspicious of everything. Which is why personally, I just look at stuff online, and if I'm not too sure if it's AI, I just scroll. Like, I'm not gonna pay any mind to it. There's no point in getting upset over it because AI is here, and I really don't think there's anything that's going to make it go away. It even got to a point where artists would redraw AI images, right? I've done this a couple times. And other artists would then go in their retweets or their replies or whatever and call them out for it and try to get people to attack them for it, which is crazy. But let me know if you guys have experienced an art community timeline similar to the one that I've laid out here, and what you think about everything that has changed about the art community now. Try not to get too discouraged now. I am a Christian, so I'm coming at this from a Christian perspective, but I think art is a God-given process. I think it's a beautiful human expression, and it brings us closer to our Creator. Art is good for you, and there's more that you can do with it than ever. Real quick before I end the video, I want to say thank you to Ashley, Savvy, Tiffany, and Lily Corn. Your guys' support means the world to me, and you guys help me make videos just like this one every single week. If you would like to join my Ko-fi page, there will be a link in the description box down below where you can get all these benefits and so much more. But on one last note before I end the video, you shape your online experience, and you set your own boundaries. So if you get tired of seeing something online, you can just turn the phone off. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.